Hi, y'all. Now, start on. Okay, we're going to play two tunes now. The first one is Sullivan's March, but the second one is very appropriate. It's called Gary Owen, which was a tune that was played for General Custer.
The City of Limerick Pipe Band.
Right. Quick, one.
If anyone has seen my clerk of council, if you would return him, we would appreciate it. And our attorney. We're offering a reward for anyone who knows of a clerk of council. And his assistant. Anyone willing to serve as clerk of council?
He's coming, Mr. Mayor. We just want that proclamation.
Oh, here he is. All right.
Yay! We waiting on you, boss.
Mr. Clerk, if you please. Mr. Clerk, if you please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Mayor Van Johnson.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Estella Shabazz.
Present.
Chairman Nick Palumbo.
Present.
Vice Chairman Linda Wilder Bryan.
Savannah High, let's go.
Post 1 at large, Alderwoman Carolyn H. Bell.
Present.
Post 2, Alderwoman Alicia Miller Blakely.
He's present, too. Present.
All right. District 1, Alderwoman Bernetta Lanier.
Present.
District 2, Alderman Dietrich Leggett.
Here.
And that leaves, where is he?
I'm down here. You can see me over there. I promise you can.
Stand up. Standing, I can see you.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. All rise. I call this meeting of the Savannah City Council to order. Today is March the 13th, 2025. The time is 2:10 p.m. We want to thank all of you who have joined us, to include my Irish brothers, my 2%. I'm glad to have all of you here, and I understand we have some champions in the house too.
Yeah.
Savannah will be a safe, environmentally healthy, and economically thriving for all. And for us, all means all. Today's invocator appears to be 6th District Alderman Curtis Purtee.
I'm going to introduce our person who's going to be speaking this morning. She is no stranger to most of us here. She's been here before. Reverend Claire Marich is an ordained deacon at the United Methodist Church. She's a leader at Asbury Memorial Church. She serves as the executive board at JUST, which is Justice Unites Savannah Together. She's a professional chaplain, serving as a Savannah police chaplain, having served in both level 1 trauma hospital and hospice settings. She has an undergraduate honor degrees in political science and English from Loyola University of Chicago, a master's degree in revolution and terrorism from Northwestern University, and a master's degree in pastoral care and counseling at Garrett Evangelical Theological Seminary. That's a mouthful. Reverend Marich is a lifelong justice advocate, advocating both in Savannah and Chicagoland, where she was raised. She and her husband, John, bought a home in Savannah after raising their 2 children in the western suburbs of Chicago. Ministry was a later in life career for Reverend Claire Marich, following careers in health insurance, software, and business consulting, justice advocacy, recovery training, Stephen ministry, and interfaith work keep Reverend Marich active in ministry. She enjoys cooking and eating good food, 2 of my favorite hobbies. Stellar company, animals of all kinds, and the great outdoors. I am proud to call her my friend and my mentor, Reverend Claire Marich.
It's my honor and privilege to give the opening words today. So let's get to it. Will you pray with me? God of all people, we thank you for your presence in this meeting today and throughout our lives. Make this space a civic sanctuary full of safety, order, and inspiration. In this space, we celebrate our accomplishments, work for solutions to real-life problems, and cast a vision for how we choose to live together in community, the true essence of politics. Bless this beloved community and today's participants, those gathered in this room, those participating online, and the many people behind the scenes who make this meeting possible and our community thrive. Guide our words and our actions to be full of respect, thoughtfulness, and care for one another and the important work before us. Grant us wisdom as we join together in the noblest pursuit, working for the common good. And all God's people say,
Amen.
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 Thank you.
If I may take a point of personal privilege.
Yes, ma'am.
As an Irish girl, I'm wishing with you that we have a wee bit of the luck of the Irish. This week is going forward into our St. Patrick's Day festivities, and with special care for our people who serve in public safety and public works.
Thank you very much. Let us honor our country.
Yes. Yay, Claire.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for, you may all be seated. Pastor Claire, thank you so much. It is always a pleasure to see you wherever I run into you, and you're always out doing the good work, and I appreciate you for being with us today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Are you ready to get ready, sir, to get this started?
We are.
All right. First item on our agenda, I would like to make a motion for the adoption of the regular agenda meeting for March 13th, 2025.
Second. Properly moved and seconded with a mayoral special presentation. All in favor? Well, you accept that?
Yes, sir.
Second?
Second.
All right, properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion for items number 2 through 5 for the approval of the minutes for the work session and city manager's briefing held on February the 27th, 2025 at 12:30 p.m. For the approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held on February the 27th, 2025 at 2 o'clock p.m. For the approval of the minutes for the special call meeting held on February the 27th, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. And for the approval of the minutes for the special call meeting held on February the 27th, 2025 at 6 o'clock p.m.
Been properly moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of the work session, city manager's briefing on February 27th at 12:30. Approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held on February 27th at 2 o'clock p.m. Approval of the minutes for the special call meeting on February 27th at 4:30 p.m. and approval of the minutes of the special call meeting on February 27th at 6 o'clock p.m. You've heard the motion. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. We want to add to the agenda the Savannah City Council held an executive session today dealing with issues related to litigation and personnel. I'm moving that I'll be authorized to sign the affidavit that our discussion was limited to those items and no votes were taken during that meeting.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. So moved.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Opposed? Motion passes. For my mayoral, we had something great happen in this community, and I cannot let the opportunity go by without recognizing the greatness we have. But before I do, I just always believe that you can't ever have good cheerleaders in a room and not take advantage of them. Do we have any cheerleaders around? Are there any cheerleaders in this room? Not used to be cheerleaders. I mean like real bona fide cheerleaders. Y'all come up here. Y'all come up here. We just can't blow this opportunity, so. Championship teams have championship cheerleaders, right? But we want to see what this is all about.
We're the varsity champions from SAP. Get up and move to the beat. We're the varsity champions from SAP. Get up and move to the beat. We're the varsity champions from SAP. Get up. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, 27 years ago, a team from the SAV called the Savannah High Blue Jackets, under then a relatively young coach named Tim Jordan, made his way to the state championship. And Tim said at the time, "I'll be back." And 27 years later, Savannah owned this thing again. Yes, indeed. Went to Macon, we came, we saw, and we brought the championship home. I'm asking the GHSA Class A Division II champions, the Savannah High Blue Jackets, to please come up. Now, they were playing Macintosh, and I sent a message through my envoys that they needed me to come and give some points off the bench. I would. But they didn't call me, so I guess they didn't need me. President Marks, come on up and join us as well. But we are so excited for these young people, excited for their coaches, excited for the school that we know and love as Savannah High. And so the proclamation reads as follows, and I think we have some folks around here who are Savannah High graduates.
That part.
The Savannah High School Blue Jackets have had a long and storied tradition in athletics, academics, and character, serving as a source of pride for the students, faculty, alumni, and the entire Savannah community.
Whereas the Savannah High Blue Jackets boys basketball team demonstrated remarkable skill, perseverance, and teamwork throughout the 2024-2025 season, culminating in their victory in the Georgia High School Association GHSA Class A Division II championships. And
Where we at? Class of 1976 on March 7, 2025 in GHSA State Championship game, the mighty Blue Jackets staged a thrilling late-game comeback to defeat McIntosh Academy, securing the program's latest championship title and bringing immense pride and joy to their school in the city of Savannah in the 3rd District.
And whereas under the leadership of head coach George Brown and his coaching staff, the Blue Jackets exhibited outstanding sportsmanship, discipline, and dedication, inspiring youth athletes across Savannah to strive for excellence and on and off the court. And finish?
Well, let me let
Okay.
President Moss.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. You get your hands down too.
Come on.
The team's success is a testament to the unwavering support of Savannah High School's administration, teachers, students, families, and alumni, as well as the broader Savannah community, which continues to rally behind its student athletes. And
Come on back.
Whereas the city of Savannah recognizes the hard work, determination, and commitment of the Savannah High Blue Jackets, honoring their championship victory as a defining moment in Savannah sports history. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Van R. Johnson II, Mayor of the City of Savannah, on behalf of the Savannah City Council and the citizens of Savannah and the Blue Jacket Nation, do hereby proclaim today, Thursday, March the 13th, 2025, as Savannah High School Blue Jackets Basketball Day. In celebrating the Blue Jackets championship victory and their contributions to our community, and witness whereof I've set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Savannah to be affixed on this 13th day of March 2025. Coach, will you come down and get this, please, sir? You give me this and you take this. Well, we're going to pass this around.
Well, we're extremely indebted to the community. We're very thankful for you guys for having us. I want to point out this. I don't think this is getting highlighted enough right now with this group of boys right here. Their team GPA, you know, it's not the highest. We're still working. But it's a 3.25, so I think... Once again, we're very thankful to the community for us to be able to bring this back to Savannah, and hopefully we can keep it going, guys, for many years to come. Thank you, guys. Also, with this recent championship that we have, we officially lead the state of Georgia in state championships total. So Savannah High has that record. We're bigger than everybody in the state of Georgia. So thank you, guys. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
So you know you got to come back, right? There's only one way to come back. That's right. There's only one way to come back. Mr. President, you want to say anything, sir?
I like for all you guys, if you guys don't mind, again, take a picture.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Mr. President.
Thank you.
so I spoke to these young men earlier, and I will tell you what I told them then. You know, there's a very popular song out called
They Not Like Us.
They Not Like Us. Well, we have changed the words for this team, and the words are champions like us. These are all champions. really, really heartened to hear their GPA. Because, as I said, these are student athletes. The student is first. Continue your amazing work, young men. We're very proud of you. And let's hear it again for the state champions, Savannah High Blue Caps. You can have this for another couple of months.
What do you say?
He said only a couple more. We can only be here for a couple more months. In the third district.
I think I have no coach. No,
2, 3.
so much. We appreciate that. Let's give them another big round of applause. Excuse us if we took a little time to be able to salute our young people. There's enough bad things going on with young people. We want to take the time to salute the great things happening with our young people. And so we salute them very, very proudly. True story, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I call us back to order. True story, through Ancestry.com, a couple of years ago, I found out I was 2% Irish. It's the truth. It's the truth. And since then, I have embraced my Irish heritage, and I'm asking my Irish brothers and sisters to come up because it is St. Patrick's time in the city of Savannah. Y'all come on up. Good to see you, sir. I was very happy when I flew in to the airport last night. Off the plane with me were some of our friends from Wexford, County Wexford, that we spent time with, and they were so excited they brought almost a whole plane full of folk. And so we're going to continue to work on creating those opportunities to make sure that we are building those relationships that are so important to all of us. So we're glad to have with us Tim Mahoney, our parade chairman. Glad to have our Grand Marshal, Jay Burke. Let's give a round of applause. And we recently got back from Limerick and with Marty Hogan, and we survived. And we survived. So, Mr. Chairman, if you will.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Mayor O'Johnson and City Council. I thank you for having us, first of all, and I want to thank you for everything you do for this wonderful city of Savannah, Georgia, year in and year out. It's incredible how this parade has grown and the support that we have from everybody in this room that's associated with the city. And I'll get to the reason for our visit in just 1 minute, because I think we're supposed to retrieve a permit.
We haven't determined that yet, but go ahead.
Like I said, we might not get it after I finish.
You're going to get it. That 2% going to help.
On a serious note, I would really like to talk about our executive committee that's behind me and everywhere. I won't go through everybody's names because I know y'all have an agenda, but truly the hard work and dedication and support they've given me, I couldn't be standing here right now as general chairman if it wasn't for all those executive committee members. Please all raise your hand if you're on the executive committee. You guys and ladies may remember our attorney, Lucky Olu. She's legal counsel for us at the firm Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. But she's informed me this morning that we may have some trouble, Mr. Mayor, obtaining this permit today, and it's very concerning to me and to the guys behind us and to our Grand Marshal, because we have a very small gathering this Monday downtown, around 10:15, I think. And we got to figure out a way to get this permit in. And you've acknowledged you're 2% Irish, correct?
I am.
We went and fact checked that. Ryan Sewell and I did. But It took us a while, but this year only 2% Irish. I'm having a hard time figuring out why you spend more time in Ireland than people that are 100% Irish. So it's true. It's true. Okay, you have been to Ireland.
He's trying to increase that percentage.
So we know we have to do our job today to get this permit, and our counselor, Lucky Olu, she said she was gonna really work the room today. She's gonna earn her dollars, no pun intended, because she said we're gonna walk out of here with a permit today. So she's gonna work the room a little bit and make sure you guys, all ladies, have a good one. But thank you, Counselor Lucky Olu.
That's on disclosure.
But seriously, Mr. Mayor, thank y'all for everything you do. I would like for you, hopefully, if you're willing to do it, bestow a permit on our 2025 Grand Marshal, Mr. Jay Burton.
It just depends on what he has to say.
He's a man of few words, and he needs to speak up.
Our Grand Marshal.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. A lot of people may not know that this parade is not the biggest, but it's the best in the world. And we could not be able to do it without the city and y'all's efforts in promoting it and the citizens of Savannah. And I'm honored and blessed to lead the parade this year, and very grateful and thankful for all of y'all. I do have a few aides, if they would just raise their hands. Bunch of guys that grew up in Savannah, and my whole life. But well, I'll introduce you if you want me to. We have Bub Edgerly, my lifetime friend on Tybee Island. We grew up together. Leo Sheen, his lifetime friend. Tom Robertson, Joe Welch, Ron Rubber, and Dee Herb. And if y'all would give us the permit, I'd be very grateful to lead the St. Patrick's Day Parade with very much pride and dignity with my family and all my friends. Thank y'all very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years ago this week, we had to make the hardest decision, certainly of our political lives, but of my personal life. And that was in the face of a novel coronavirus pandemic that we knew nothing about. We had to make the very difficult decision to be able to cancel the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And in wisdom, the following year, we had to do it again. Yet the resiliency of this city, the resiliency of this parade committee, the resiliency of the Irish people allowed us to say that delay does not mean denied.
That's right.
And when it was safe, we eased our way back into this slowly to keep people safe. And we are now back for our 201st parade. Absolutely and officially the second largest in the nation, and certainly the largest in the South. For us, for folks in Ireland, our celebrations are bigger than any in Ireland, which is why they are always trying to come over here to enjoy with us, because we know how to do it. We all are a city of diverse folks, and during St. Patrick's season, we all become a whole lot of Irish. And so I trade in my 2% for 100%, and I'm Irish all week long. And so we recognize and appreciate the fact that America and Savannah provided a way for Irish families from Wexford and from Limerick and from Kilkenny to Kilroy to come here and build a living and build a life. And that's what America is supposed to be all about. And so we salute that as descendants of these great individuals. And I have a piece of paper here but I have to ask our attorney, Bates O'Lovett, about what he thinks about this. Does he think it's proper after council members receive something in consideration? I received nothing. I want you to know that. Whether we should give them this piece of paper that says this parade is to consist of 6,000. I'm feeling better now. 6,000 on foot, 300 units, and 50 floats. Starting on Gwinnett and Abercorn, heading north on Abercorn to Broughton, east on Broughton to East Broad, north on East Broad to Bay, west on Bay to Bull, south on Bull to Harris, disbanding at Harris and Bull. This is the parade permit. Council, what is your pleasure?
Go ahead and give it to him.
Move for approval, Mr. Mayor.
Second, and third.
Then properly moved second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. And I'll just go ahead and keep this. And I'll just put this in my pocket for later. May Irish eyes be smiling on all of you. This is like, is chocolate or something? Oh, don't eat it?
Poker chips. Poker chips. Poker chips.
I do also want to just say to the city manager and Team Savannah, this is a big effort. We prepare for it all year long. Savannah Police, Fire, Code Enforcement, Sanitation. I mean, it's an all hands-on deck effort. But we do this not in the city of Savannah. We do it in partnership with you. And so we thank you for the immense work you put into it all year long. This is where we can show our great city to the world, and you all make it happen. And so we're looking forward to it. We don't want it to rain. So y'all just need to get on your knees and make sure that we and St. Patrick and the good Lord work all this out, because green doesn't look good wet. Thank you all so much. Look forward to it, and look forward to a great weekend of events. Thank you. Yes.
There's no Jameson in this bag.
It was there earlier. I don't know where it went.
They say go to the Knights of Columbus.
We can take care of that.
We can take care of that.
Go to the Knights of Columbus. It's all there.
Thank you, Marty Johnson, for everything.
Oh, Marty O. Johnston, where is she? Marty?
Yes, sir.
Marty?
Oh, my God.
Where is she?
She's right behind you.
She's somewhere over here.
Look at him.
Marty Johnson of my office, also Faye Damasio, also Sergeant Pagliaro. Thank you all for the work that you all have done leading this effort. Again, it's no small feat. People will come, they will have the best time of their lives, and then they will go home. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll send you something with This is me. Oh, my.
Key.
All right, we want to make sure to take the time to celebrate where we celebrate, right? Yeah. All right, let's dive into this agenda. And we have some alcohol license hearings, items number 7 and 8. This is a public hearing regarding these items. Does anybody have any pullouts? Any pullouts?
Mr. Mayor?
1 second, please. Any pullouts? All right. Then I'm declaring this Hearing open for item number 7, approval of a Class C liquor, beer, and wine by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to Sandeep M. Tamreka for the Silk Route, a restaurant located at 401 Ball Boulevard, Unit 102C, between Hudson Memorial Drive and Waters Avenue in Automatic District 4. And item number 8, approval to add a Class C beer, liquor by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to existing Class C wine by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to Christopher Emmerich for 2 Cracked Eggs Cafe located at 301 West River Street, Automatic District 2. This is a hearing that I'm declaring open at this time. Does anyone have anything against either one of these items? Anyone have anything against either one of these items? Going twice. Anyone against any of these items? Speak now, forever hold thy peace.
Mr. Mayor.
Going once. Going twice. Alderman Leggett.
I ask that we close the hearing, sir.
Second motion.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 7, Alderman Leggett.
Oh, Alderman Palumbo.
I'm sorry, Alderman Palumbo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move for the approval of a Class C liquor, beer, wine by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to Sandeep M. Tamrakar for Silk Route.
Second motion.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 8, 2 Cracked Eggs. Alderman Leggett.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. I ask that we approve and add a Class C beer, liquor by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to the existing Class C wine by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to Christopher Emmerich for 2 Cracked Eggs.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all. Go be great.
One more.
There's one more, Mayor.
Number 9.
Number 9.
No, I'm sorry. I thought we did.
There are 2 different addresses, sir.
Oh. Okay. Item number 9 is approval of a Class C
Yes.
by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales and existing Class C wine by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales. That one?
Yes.
Okay. What is your pleasure regarding it? I see.
We have to close the hearing for that one, or did we?
No, we closed the hearing on all of them.
Alderman Leggett.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. We're asking for the approval of add a Class C liquor by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to the existing Class C wine by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to Christopher Emmerich for 2 Cracked Eggs Cafe at the restaurant located at 202 East Bay Street.
Second.
They probably moved to the second that we add a Class C liquor by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to existing Class C by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to Christopher Emmerich for 2 Cracked Eggs Cafe in District 2. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Y'all can go be great for real now. Thank you. Item number 10 is petition of Yvonne Pryor for the Inner City Night Shelter Incorporated on behalf of the Georgia Gail Coolidge for a special use permit for the expansion of an existing emergency shelter located at 124 Arnold Street onto 2 adjoining lots, parcels at 116 and 0 Arnold Streets in Automatic District 2. Mr. Morrow, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. It's a pleasure to see you all today. So this is a request for a special use permit for 2 parcels currently identified as 116 and 0 Arnold Street. And this is a request to expand the inner city night shelter that's presently operating just to the south on an adjoining parcel. So that we can see the situation of these parcels with regard to future land use. The flume indicates traditional commercial, and it is zoned DC. For clarification, an emergency shelter is defined as a facility which is owned and operated by a not-for-profit organization for the purpose of providing temporary overnight shelter, sleeping accommodations, meals on an emergency basis, and or a variety of social services and or medical services designed and intended to assist those housed in the facility to obtain permanent housing and to care for themselves. And so that is the nature of the use that is requested to be expanded. You can see on your screen an image of the existing inner city night shelter, and the request is to expand the use to these 2 parcels that are just next door. The 2 parcels would be recombined into the current parcel, and this structure would be demolished. So just to show you, presently, this is how the parcels themselves are configured. So there's nothing immediately behind the two parcels at present, but the one that contains the church and the existing facility would expand just to the north to contain the new facility, the new portion of the facility. In looking at the criteria and evaluation, staff did find that this was consistent with Plan 2040 goals regarding housing, specifically the goal of increasing supportive housing for special needs populations such as individuals who are homeless, mentally ill, disabled, and residents in drug recovery. Also, in looking at the criteria, we found that it is likely that the use would be able to meet all of the ancillary use requirements that are associated with it. And with that, the MPC and staff have both recommended approval of this request. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. I do have one card. David McDonald. If anyone else wants to speak on it, we have comment cards you can obtain from the clerk. Mr. McDonald, thank you for joining us. You have 2 minutes after you introduce your name and your address.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. David McDonald, Downtown Neighborhood Association, 400 block of East Perry Street, downtown. Residents just want the opportunity to meet with the inner city shelter and with the police department. We're concerned with the doubling of the capacity at this facility, where the residents will go during the day. We're concerned about the increase in vagrancy and lack of enforcement of vagrancy along the Broaden Street corridor, and the businesses there as well have complained, and residents have voiced concerns to me. And we would just like to meet with the two to come up with a plan to make sure that there's not an increase with the doubling of the population there.
Thank you. That's reasonable. Is the petitioner here?
Yes.
Okay. You heard what he said, right, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you're amenable to that?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Manager?
I have a question of Mr. McDonald.
Okay. Mr. Manager, you're amenable to making sure that our team is a part of this conversation as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alderwoman Bell?
So, I'm not sure I heard you correctly. You said your concern was, tell me what you said your concern is.
The comments I've received from multiple residents and a few businesses along the Broaden Street corridor is the doubling of the capacity of residents at the inner city shelter. When they're released during the day, the fear is that they will be migrating downtown and either soliciting in funds or increasing vagrancy along the Broaden Street corridor and downtown squares. We're very supportive of the shelters and the mayor's house and others in downtown. It's not that issue. The issue is during the day where they go and lack of enforcement on vagrancy.
So the residents know that this is on the east side of downtown.
Correct.
Do the residents know that we're about to, well, not we, but on the west side of downtown, the Union Mission is about to build a huge facility as a day shelter. Not build it, but they're converting the old Family Dollar. So I'm looking at that, and I'm telling citizens that will provide space for at least day shelter for our homeless population from across the city, because they can be transported there. I guess I just don't understand why they think this particular facility will have such a negative impact when there's a huge facility about to be erected on the other side of downtown.
It's not the facility itself.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
It's a double of the capacity there. We're very supportive of the Union Mission. We donate to them annually. We donate to a few other facilities in the downtown community, and a lot of our residents, as you know, are on their boards and support them. You go down Broaden Street, and there's an increase in vagrancy. This is nothing about the homelessness. Homelessness is not illegal nor crime. Vagrancy is. It's the lack of enforcement of people who are soliciting funds and defecating and going to the bathrooms in public space, on the sidewalks. I've had businesses complain to me about it. It's the lack of enforcement along that. So the fear from residents and community is that with the increase in the capacity on the east side, that they will migrate downtown.
So maybe we need to address enforcement.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's been an issue for years, ma'am. Absolutely.
Okay.
Hence my conversation, my discussion and the city manager's affirmation of having that. I think the concern is obviously people don't migrate very far from where they were.
Correct.
And so you have double capacity, then it may not be people going from the east side to the west side during the day. They might just kind of stay around where they are. And again, the issue as we continue to look, and I think the city manager will be bringing to us a couple of things as it relates to those matters as we've discussed 2 weeks ago. So,
and if I may add, Mr. Mayor, on the March 25th DNA meeting, we've already scheduled the Police Hope Unit to come in and talk about these issues. And at the same time, we'll invite the inner city shelter to come in and meet with residents. You know, we average about 125 to 150 residents each meeting, so we'll have a good turnout and a good discussion.
And we have the city manager and team working with us. Again, it's a very fine line between homelessness and vagrancy.
Absolutely.
We won't criminalize homelessness, but criminal acts have to be addressed.
Absolutely.
And it's system-wide, because obviously a citation means nothing if someone is homeless. And arresting someone that is homeless for certain crimes, they're not going to be accepted. So we have to be able to find some ways of addressing it. Then there are, I think, a very small number of individuals who are repeat offenders, so to speak, of various criminal things. And we're looking at some ways, hopefully working with the courts, if they are repeated offenders, that we can address with that. But we'll let the city manager and the police department work through those things. But yes, ma'am.
How you doing, sir?
Doing well, thank you.
You said you're affiliated with the Downtown Neighborhood Association.
Yes, ma'am. I'm the president.
Okay. The Union Mission is on the west side of Broughton Street. I would like to suggest maybe you can have a conversation with Union Mission and Inner City Night Shelter and talk to those who have you done that already with Union Mission? Because they're building this facility that Alderwoman Bell was talking about.
Correct.
I'm asking, have you had a conversation with them?
I have not met
Okay,
with
so
them yet.
maybe y'all, I would suggest that you speak with Inner City Night Shelter and Union Mission.
Correct.
Okay.
Along with the Police Hope Unit, we will do that.
Yes.
And Mr. Manager, also maybe with the ICH might be also a good opportunity as well.
Yes, and you know, the Interagency Council on Homelessness has working committees and subcommittees on day center operations, on vagrancy, on encampments. These are issues that we and all the stakeholders you know, address on a day-to-day basis, and SPD is focused on those in our community who are causing the most trouble. And I don't believe there's necessarily a correlation with the clients of Inner City Night Shelter or the clients of Union Mission and those who are causing the most trouble on our city streets and city businesses. And SPD is working very diligently on the right ways to address those situations. It takes some time, and we have to build fairly strong cases.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Of course, we're not trying to adjudicate anything right here. The Downtown Neighborhood Association is asking to be heard, I guess, for this to be postponed so they could be heard, and they deserve that. And I think that's what we're addressing right now, and I support that. They need to have that conversation and get an opportunity to sit down. And I had another question because I noticed, Mr. Manager, you were absent, but 2 people at the MPC voted against this petition. Welch and Notrika. Mr. Welch was here earlier, but he's gone. And I'm wondering, and I don't know, maybe you know from your report, but what was the reason they were against this? Does anybody
Well, from my understanding, and perhaps Mr. Morrow could give more insight, I believe the discussion at the council level, and again, I think this was recommended for approval by staff and then ultimately by the commission itself. But there was a discussion about the changing nature of the development in those areas, and that perhaps an expanded shelter did not fit those new development patterns. But I'll let Mr. Morrow address that.
Sure. I think that's a great way to kind of characterize the nature of the concerns. This idea that we've had significant expansion of kind of new development in that area. It's bringing honestly revitalization to the area, and that the idea that perhaps we would have a facility that might introduce populations that were of different populations. We have students, we have folks who are investing in new property over there, whether they be residents or businesses, and there were concerns about the nature of the folks that might be utilizing these facilities.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Mr. Morrow, so do they plan to do a recombination, and so all of that will end up being, of course, one parcel, one lot?
Yes,
and do they plan to extend the building, do the extension with the building to
Yes,
take on
It will
more
be
capacity?
a new facility constructed
A
on
whole
those
new
two parcels.
facility, addition?
It'll be in addition to the existing building.
Okay.
It's my understanding there'll be a doorway that will just, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alderwoman Shabazz, you want to close out?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say this. Thank you, Miss Yvonne Pryor, for your work. I know we're having a lot of great conversation up here, but all of us are not boots on the ground and where the rubber meets the road. But and it's not easy work. So I just want to thank you and thank all who are involved. I see our Chatham County who is really outspoken when it comes to homelessness. Thank you so much for being here. But this is your issue on our agenda today, Mrs. Pryor. And thank you all so much for putting pen or pencil to paper for this expansion, for more services to come in, because it is extremely, the conversation that I make myself get into in reference to homelessness is that we need more wraparound services for our homeless citizens to help them go to the next level in life. So with this expansion, we appreciate the work that you all are doing and keeping it where it is and keeping it up. It's been there for 10,000 centuries. So we're just great you're still there. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderwoman.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson. I'd like to ask Ms. Pryor a question, please.
Why don't we wait till we get to council right now? One moment, ma'am.
Okay.
Anything else? Questions of Mr. Morrow? Yes. Any more public comment?
Oh, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Morrow, you said that the two individuals at the MPC, I want to make sure I heard you correctly, stated that they didn't want it there because it would interfere with the new development that potentially will be there?
Potentially that it could have a negative impact on kind of the perception of the area, potentially.
If I'm not mistaken, that shelter has been there.
It's been there before.
For anybody. Thank you very much.
Why don't we close the hearing and then we go to the questions, please?
Mr. Mayor, move to close the hearing.
Second.
Probably moved in second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Wilder-Bryan.
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to put for the record, Ms. Pryor, thank you for the amazing job that you do with the funding that you have. We need day shelters in every district. If it was a possibility to get to, we cannot continue about saying that we want to eradicate. We're never going to be able to eradicate, but these are human lives, and we need to also always protect the quality of their lives. Everybody says that they want to do something about homelessness. They just don't want it in their backyard. The Union Mission was there before all the other things popped up, and so Union Mission, if it needs my vote, is going to be there when everything else. And I was not privy to this, but from talking to people in the community, I think that the two abstaining votes are the people who voted against it because they thought that it could be used for a different purpose. Something that was in line with what they want for this city. What we want for this city is to continue to do things, everything, all the tools in the box that we can get to address homelessness. I'm tired of people downtown, and I'm saying that for the record, complaining about them being in the doorsteps and in the squares, and then when we do something about it, they are totally against it without conversation. And so maybe we can do some other things, but for me and Union Mission and all the people that say that they are wanting to do something about about it being in their backyard, then we're going to do something about it being in their backyard. And that means to continue to support Ms. Pryor and the Homeless Authority and anybody with boots on. And it doesn't mean boots on standing still. Boots on mean walking through this community and seeing what we need in this community. And we need everything that we can do that changes the quality of life for everybody in this city, those that have and those that don't have. And I appreciate you. I want to say that again, and everything you and your staff do, the Homeless Authority and the Day Center. The first Day Center was in the 3rd District. I appreciate that. And thank you, Mayor and Council, for voting for that. We need one in every district, 2, 3, 5, and we're going to continue to do what we can.
Second. Alderwoman Miller Blakely.
I just wanted to make sure that we know we're talking about the inner city night shelter. Inner city night shelter. I think Union Mission is okay, but we're talking about inner city over on East Broad Street. Okay. Thank you.
Alderman Leggett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Morrow, did you get any correspondence from the church about any issues about building? I didn't get any either. I just want to put it on the record. But I know the churches actually have support. They've been doing, their congregation been doing a lot of cleanup around there. And I know they welcome the building of that facility. And also, Mr. Mayor, if at all possible, can I facilitate being in that meeting when the neighborhood association meet with Ms. Pryor?
Well, let me go back. I don't think, and this is really not, well, let me just clarify and then we can go to your question. I don't think it's unreasonable, Ms. McDonald's request, because I didn't hear him say that they were against it. Matter of fact, the card here says they're in favor of it. So I don't want this to be characterized as something that it's not.
No, sir, I wasn't trying to.
That's why I just want to make sure we're clear. I mean, what I heard was we're supportive of it. We want to have a conversation.
Right.
And I think any neighborhood, downtown, District 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, should have and create the opportunity for conversation, not only to understand the expansion, but also to discuss and hopefully mitigate the impacts of such an expansion. So I think that's fair. Again, I think Ms. Pryor quickly said that she was certainly amenable to that. City managers indicated Team Savannah will be a part of that. I just think they just have to be able to have understanding and a come together of the mind. So I just want to make sure that I don't want it to get past here that it appeared as if you had folks at DNA that were against it. That's not what it says here.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to make clear, Mr. McDonald does a great job being the voice for his people, and I understand that he wants conversation, but I wanted to stand on my platform that I have to say that they've been here since 1983. They can do it better.
Well, again,
the conversation. I agree with the conversation.
I think it's absolutely fair to be able to say, let's talk.
I agree with that,
and again,
sir.
what I have here, in this, I guess is your own hand, Ms. McDonald, right? It says, in favor, it says question, I can't read what your handwriting says, but it says question something. Okay, there. So, I think enforcement is fair. So,
yes, sir, I agree.
Let's go ahead and entertain a motion to move on this. Mr. Manager, you've heard the will of council that there needs to be a coming together and understanding of this going forward and ways that we can help to engage. We have the avenues in place by which that happens.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead. I make a motion that we accept the petition of Yvonne Pryor for Inner City Night Shelter on behalf of Georgia Gale Coolidge for the special use permit for the expansion of the existing emergency shelter currently at 124 Orange.
Second.
Moved and seconded.
The condition.
Well, right, city managers. Let me just, Ms. Pryor.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to get you in terms of testimony. Do you have a proposal time for the expansion? Or have you all started a capital campaign? Where are you?
We
Go to the mic.
They need money.
Yes. We are scheduled for closing on the property. We're just at the place that we're buying the property. We're scheduled to close on the 28th of this month at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And first thing we're going to do is demolish that property that's there, and then clean it up. And I had conned before. the city about the people sitting on the ground eating. So first thing we're going to do is clean up that property and give them someplace to eat off the street. So I would imagine that we would be talking, based on how we raise funds, within the next 6 to 8 months, I would pray, so that we can start doing something. And it will be something. We have Brian Felder and Associates, who was our architect. It's probably best in the city. So it's not going to be something that you can be like, oh my goodness. No, it'll be something very nice that we add to as we expand. Did I answer your question? Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to ask you how long you think it would take what the end date would be, the possibilities.
That's on the city.
You talking about years?
Oh, no. No, I mean, pray out how it is for construction.
I'm just, people don't want to know that. I mean, how that's going to affect, because if we close that down, the people who you're servicing now, where are they going to go? And that's my projection.
We don't intend to close it down. We'll close down inner city night shelter. We will not.
Okay. So I wanted for you to clarify that so people could hear that.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We could not close it down.
Yes,
you all wouldn't stand for us
No,
closing it
ma'am.
down, believe me.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm still not clear, though. Do you need a decision from us before the 28th of March?
I don't have to have a decision from you. I want to buy the property anyway. So if this decision is going to coming from you all is going to help people to fund us a whole lot more and a whole lot better, great. But we're going to close on the property anyway.
Right. All right, we have a motion and thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Your decision has been made.
Thank
Go
you, sir.
forth.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Pryor.
Thank you.
Well, Mayor Johnson, I want to ask Ms. Pryor a question. Knowing that is a shelter, if a person wanted to donate financially to your shelter, how can we do that?
SavannahNightShelter.org. You can go online and give PayPal. You can send a check. We're setting up a QR code, so you can stop by 124 Arnold Street and drop the check off if you'd like. But probably the best way is to go online at SavannahNightShelter.org. That's our new website.
Okay.
And give there. So when we finish with it, it's going to be Savannah Night Shelter, and it's going to be representative of Savannah.
We know it will be.
We know, yes.
SavannahNightShelter.org.
About a capital campaign.
Do you want to talk about cap? You want me to talk?
I don't want to talk about it. I want you to talk about it.
I said, do you want me to talk about it?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'll give you a brief commercial.
Okay, there's a group of people called Divine Nine that we think is going to help us spearhead the capital fundraising campaign, and I'm looking to have it. To go back to you, I'm looking to have it complete within a 2-year time frame.
Okay.
Okay. But I didn't know if we needed to put all that out there because it's a lot of them, and all of them have to agree. But for them to spearhead that is how we're looking to get that done. And then other corporations and people in the community, people that are in strong support of us. So we do look forward to having it done, and you'll be pleased. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the work that you do. We know it's not easy.
Yes, sir.
But press forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Fryer.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, item number 11 is a joint petition by Bridget Liddy on behalf of the mayor and aldermen of the city of Savannah and Brianna Paxson for zoning text amendment to sections 3.12, special exemptions 3.21, variances 5.4, principal use table 5.9, traditional residential districts 5.12, traditional neighborhood districts 5.13, traditional districts 8.1, residential use standards for limited and special uses. And this was being requested to be postponed to the March 27th City Council meeting. I'll entertain a motion to postpone.
Mr. Mayor,
So moved,
I make
sir.
a motion.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Items, look through your purchasing items number 12 through 14. Hopefully we don't have any pullouts.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
If there are no pullouts, I'd like to make a motion for items number 12 through 14 to be approved.
Second motion.
Probably moved and seconded. Do we authorize item number 12? Authorize city manager execute contract modification number 2 for aluminum sulfate with Chemtrade Chemicals for an amount not to exceed $1,089,936. Item number 13 is to authorize city manager to execute a contract amendment number 1 with Smith Aquatics in the amount of $49,942. Item number 14, authorize city manager to execute a contract modification number 2 for citywide HVAC maintenance and repairs to Bowen Mechanical in an amount not to exceed $500,000. You've heard the motions. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Go to your boards, commissions, and authorities. City Council during this morning's session went through these, and some by acclamation, and then some we'll have to vote on. We'll go in order. Aging Services Advisory Council, the names put forth were Sharon Akins and Brian Woods. Do you have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move for the approval of Sharon Wanda Akins and Brian Woods to the Aging Services Advisory Committee.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item Cultural Affairs Commission. We have 2 vacancies and 4 terms expired, a total of 6. We have Lillian Breitbart, Deborah Glenn, Danielle Holtz, Catherine Toftis, Whitney Parker, and Valerie Kite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, those are the 6. Is there a motion?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
I move that we appoint Lillian Breitbart, Deborah Glenn, Daniel Hodes, Catherine Toffness, Whitney Parker, and Valerie Kite to the Cultural Affairs Commission.
Second. Probably moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Greater Savannah International Alliance. We have 5 vacancies, 5 terms expired. I have Mindy Shea, Darren Bagley Heath, Brian Woods, Antoine Muhammad, and Kathy Levina.
Mr. Mayor.
Motion. Yes, sir.
I move that we appoint Mindy Shea, Darren Bagley Heath, Brian Woods, Antoine Muhammad, and Kathleen Ledvina to the Greater Savannah International Alliance.
Second.
Motion.
Probably moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Historic District Board of Review, 5 terms expired. Karen Gwynn, Mario Hamer, Robert Helms, Thomas Thompson, and Melissa Rowan are for the 5 that were proposed. Is there a motion?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I move that we appoint Karen Gwynn, Mariel Hamer, Robert Helms, Thomas Thompson, and Melissa Rowan to the Historic District Board of Review.
Second.
And probably moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Historic Preservation Commission, 6 terms expired. We have 4 names. Courtney Gruninger Boney, Jeffrey Natrika, Brian Woods, Scott Croster.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we stay on those names.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Hospital Authority of Savannah, 4 terms expired. The name Taqua Salim.
Mayor
Yes.
Johnson, I have a question about the Historic Preservation Commission.
Yes.
Is 6 terms that's expired and we only did how many people?
4.
So are we gonna,
We'll put that back out.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
I move that we appoint Taqua Salim to the Hospital Authority of Savannah.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Keep Savannah Beautiful, 17 terms expired. Kenneth Malcolm, Jean J. Bellamar, Sal Mulgrave, Stacy Hall, William Easton Sr., Hunter Chadwick. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
We stand on those names, sir.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Metropolitan Planning Commission, 2 terms expired. Yes.
That's going back out, Keep Savannah Beautiful?
Yes,
We
so-
need to get more people.
Yes, ma'am. So for all the ones, if we don't appoint all of the names, then the clerk has the direction to go back out. But people can apply for all of them all of the time. So, all right. Metropolitan Planning Commission, 2 terms expired. We are reappointing Travis Coles and Joseph Irvin.
Yes, sir, we're standing on those names. Second motion.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Park and Tree Commission, 1 term expired. Samuel Alay, to be reappointed.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve Mr. Samuel Alay.
Second motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Politics Commission, reappointing Benjamin S. Bryan.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve Mr. Benny Bryan.
Second motion. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Savannah Airport Commission, we have Shirley James to be reappointed, and Alderwoman Bell lifted today with Phyllis Rogers.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion for the approval of Mrs. Shirley B. James.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes 8-1. Thank you. Savannah Chatham Council of Disability Issues. We are pushing that back out there. Some questions that have to be answered. The Savannah Chatham Historic Sites and Monuments Commission, one term expired. The name Kim Campbell has been lifted.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move that we appoint Kim Campbell to the Historic Sites and Monuments Commission.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Savannah Economic Development Authority, Greg Parker to be reappointed, and Dr. Ann Polite, which was the name that we have previously appointed but had not served.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I ask that we approve Greg Parker and Ann Polite.
Second.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Savannah Recreation Commission, one vacancy, 5 terms expired. We have several names here: Lisa Miller, Moyer, Basileus, I don't want to mess up the name, Mike McCann, Javaris Taylor, Ryan Woods, Stanley Mosley. I did come to my, and I'm lifting the name Ammon Crawford. Ammon Crawford is the current vice chair of the Recreation Commission. And so I just want to make sure that you all know that he's in leadership. So we can take common votes, and then we can count out the rest. So your names are on the list.
And the motion.
All right. So we'll start on Lisa Miller. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And what we'll do is it'll be the first 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have 7 names, so we need 6. I don't know an easier way to do it by going name by name.
Stanley Mosley,
All right. So Lisa Miller. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 3.
Aye.
4.
Oh, right.
All right, Lisa Miller. Boya, Bow. Anybody?
Let's do it,
Yeah,
Louisiana.
please help me.
Basilea.
Yeah, Basilea. All right, I'll take that. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. 3, 4, 5. All right. Ammon Crawford.
Aye.
Aye. 2, 3, 4,
Aye.
5. Mike McCann.
Aye.
2. Okay. Javaris Taylor.
Aye.
Aye. 3, 4. Brian Woods.
Aye.
Aye.
2, 3, 4.
Aye.
5. Okay. Stanley Mosley.
Aye.
Aye. All right. So then we have Lisa Miller, Boyer, Basilea, Ammon Crawford, Brian Woods, Stanley Mosley. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need one more. And I think the names left was either Mike McCann or Javaris Taylor.
Mike
I nominate Mike McCann.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
1, 2, raise your hands, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Motion fails. Javaris Taylor.
Aye.
Aye.
Is there a second?
Second.
Probably move second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 1, 2, 3. Raise your hands again, please. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, all right, Javaris Taylor, Mr. Clerk. Did you get that? All right. So those names were Lisa Miller, Boya Basilea, Ammon Crawford, Javaris Taylor, Brian Woods, Stanley Mosley. Savannah Zoning Board of Appeals. 2 terms expired, and we had several names. We had Sabrina Nagel, Travis Coles, Stephen Merriman Jr., and Betty Jones. Quick question, Mr. Clerk, Mr. Attorney, or Mr. Manager. Is this for the MPC appointee? It's not. So this is just open appointment. Okay. All right. So, excuse me. So, but all right. So Travis Cole's name is on it. Is he already the appointee to the MPC?
He is.
He is.
He's coming back.
He's already, we just reappointed him
To the MPC.
to MPC.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is, they're saying so.
CBA.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a conflict, Mr. Bates?
Right. Well, I just want to make sure there is one appointee already on that would be a member of the MPC. So would we appoint him as the MPC, or is there someone else already? Okay.
That's the lady.
I believe we appointed somebody already in MPC. Okay. All right. So Stephen Plunk. So this will be just another open one. So Sabrina Nagel. Anyone for Sabrina Nagel? All right. We only need 2.
Yeah, I nominated Sabrina Nagel.
May I get a motion, sir?
I make a motion that we accept Sabrina Nagel.
Your second? Okay, dies for lack of motion. Travis Coles.
I nominate Travis Cole.
Your second?
Second.
All right, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, all right. All right, Stephen Glenn Merriman. Motion?
So moved for reappointment.
There's second? I'll second it.
Who was it for?
Stephen Merriman. All right, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Raise your hands, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, he passes. Stephen Merriman. So I have the 2 terms, Travis Coles and Stephen Glenn Merriman Jr.
Oh, wow.
Wow, what?
Dr. Betty Jones, she wanted. Okay, I nominated her.
Traffic Common Committee. And then we have, let me see.
I have an appointment.
Right. Post 1, did you give your appointment yet, Alderwoman Bell?
Matt Singleton.
All right, Matt.
He's on the sheet.
No, thank you. Matt Singleton, thank you. Post 2 appointee,
That would be Reuben Huckabee
Reuben Huckabee.
from the 3rd District, yes.
Okay,
Second.
right. Well, we're just going to lay those out, and then we'll just, because those are appointed by the
Okay.
alderman. District 5,
Ms. Mayor, can I come back to that?
okay. District 2,
Terry Finley, sir.
Terry Finley. I'm sorry, Terry Finley. So we have Matt Singleton. We
Ms. Mayor,
have,
would you repeat those names again?
who's yours, Alderwoman?
Reuben Huckabee.
Okay. All right, so we have Matt Singleton for at-large post 1, Reuben Huckabee at-large post 2, and then we have Terry Finley for District 2. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, that ends our appointments to boards, commissions, and authorities. Again, thank you all. As a commercial, if you want to apply for a board, commission, or authority, go to savannahga.gov, go to the Clerk of Council section, and there you can find the over 35 ways you can serve your community through our boards, commissions, and authorities. Under agreements, item number 16, recommend adoption of the Chatham County Emergency Operations Plan.
So moved, sir.
There's a second.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 17, under settlement, city attorney.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to move to authorize the city attorney's office to settle a claim of Kevin Robinson for the amount of $32,500.
Second.
And properly moved and seconded that we authorize the city attorney's office to settle the claims of Kevin Robinson for $32,500. Move for approval with our compliments to the city attorney's office. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. And finally on our agenda, item number 18, petition of Lachlan McIntosh from the Chapter National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution for a historic marker sign inside Tricentennial Park located at 315 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
So move, sir.
Move for approval. Second. Move for
Second.
move for a player.
Move for a play. I mean, that's what I thought I heard you say. I'm like, move for a play. All right.
That's
second from a play. All right. I mean, be who you are, man.
You know, that's
that leprechaun
Y'all
juice.
keep coming up with something.
All right. It was moved from a player, seconded by a player. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye from a player. Motion passes. Ladies and gentlemen.
What was that just now?
That was last night.
Picture y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our agenda. I want to thank. Well, if y'all wait up one moment, ladies, we'll have you come up for a picture, okay? Just give 1 moment. Just give us 1 moment. Wait a moment. Give us 1 minute. All right. Let me thank members of council. It has been a very, very long week. Many of us returning from the National League of Cities, Congress of Cities in Washington, D.C. Want to thank members of council, our city manager who was there with us, our city attorney. We have to get there with us, but it's been a very long week as we look forward to St. Patrick's Day in the greatest city on earth. Anything from council?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Now, y'all was saying earlier.
But I got to talk about this.
I'm just saying.
I just got one thing. That's
Let
it.
me go first.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll start.
I don't have anything huge. I just want to say I want to remind everyone tonight we got a full moon and it's an eclipse. It's called the blood moon. So y'all look up tonight and let's look at this red moon. And it's so this is St. Patrick's Day weekend and a full moon. So that's all I'm going to say. Just be careful. The meeting.
Yes, sir.
Alderwoman Lanier, the meeting tonight at 6. Yes, and the meeting about the bridge, let me remind you, with DOT this tonight at Coastal Georgia Center at 6 o'clock.
Thank you. Alderman, District 2.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of the residents of District 2 and our president that is here, please make sure you come into the district, have a wonderful time, but make sure you leave it the way you found it, and be safe during this St. Patrick's Day holiday. And also, Mr. Mayor, I just want to make you aware that some of our local federal government workers just sent out a notice that they were just told starting Monday that they needed to start charging themselves PTO because they were starting to lay off locally.
That is correct. All right, District 3.
Yeah, I got to stand up for this. Our community partner, Anita Smith-Dixon with CHSA, when we talk about heirs property in the land bank, she has found some money to help heirs go through this process, and we have some attorneys who are going to volunteer to help those. So if you know anybody in any district, please contact Anita Smith-Dixon. She has found funding to help those properties that are in the court system so that we can find some more housing for the city of Savannah. Go Anita Smith-Dixon.
Thank you. District 5.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to congratulate our mayor. When we were at the National League of Cities, our mayor is the second vice president of our National League, where all city elected officials come together. And our mayor, he was the narrator of our afternoon general session, and there were over almost 2,300 people in this large room. And what this means to Savannah, it means that with our mayor there, and he did it, we are on the map with the world, seeing us. He had a PowerPoint where he showed portions of our city and the work that we're doing here on this national stage. And the other wonderful part that I'm just over-elated about is that in 2 years, our mayor, Mayor Van Johnson, and I told him I was going to be doing this once I got the information that he won, that I was going to be shouting it all over the place, and this time it was just awesome for me with our mayor from the city of Savannah being the second vice president, but he will become, God's willing, the president of the National League of Cities in 2 years. Congratulations, Mayor. Y'all help me congratulate our mayor.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Where I go, Savannah goes too.
Yes, absolutely.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, and to all those who celebrate, a happy belated National 311 Day.
That's right.
So 311 Day. Check it out by your Google search of Savannah 311 or download our app SAV 311 on your mobile device.
Thank you.
See Mrs. Carter back there. Chief
Awesome.
Carter.
I see you. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Do what? Oh, yeah, I forgot. For reasons I won't explain, Alderman Leggett and I did make the news out in Washington, D.C. Nothing bad. It was good. It's really good. Had to do with a public art project out there. So I do want to say this, though, even though it's a celebratory weekend and Monday is a celebratory day, please be safe. Please practice some safe tips. You and your families, just keep in mind there's a lot of folks that we're going to have in the city, a lot of visitors. Let's be kind to one another. I know we shouldn't have to say this stuff, but let's be kind to one another, and we could use a little more love and a little less hate. So thank you.
All right, Alderwoman.
Yes, we celebrated Savannah High becoming champions for our city, but our city of Savannah youth showed out this weekend as well, March 7th and 8th, in the GRPA State Championship in Rockdale County. The Savannah Royal Lions 17 and under boys basketball team went undefeated in city and state, winning the state championship against South Fulton. The Windsor Forest Knights. The Windsor Forest Knights, 14 and under boys, your school, won the state against the city of Atlanta. And the Chatham County Boys Club, 10 and under, won the state championship as well. So we showed up, Savannah, and showed the hell out.
Savannah State and Hubert.
Yes, Savannah State. Ooh, Savannah State.
Yes.
The Savannah State.
The Savannah State. You can go anywhere from there.
They'll be with us in 2 weeks. The Savannah State, the SIAC champions. Going to NCAA.
Mayor Johnson, is it possible that we can get these young men to come?
We're working on it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Moss, Hubert won an
Patrick's.
award too, sir. I'm sorry,
Happy
ma'am.
St. Patrick's Day to all.
Oh, and happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Please be safe. Mayor Johnson, city manager, could you give some information on the time the parade starts? And whatever, the children will not be in school. They will be out of school. So,
we're pushing all of that out. We'll continue. Go ahead.
No, savannahga.gov/St. Pat's. All the information you need on how to arrive, how to prepare, how to behave safely, how to have a good time, and how to leave. The parade route will start being closed, and cars will begin to be towed if they're illegally parked, starting at 6 a.m. on Monday. See you downtown.
SavannahGA.gov. Everybody does not have that. That's why I asked you to tell them what time the parade starts and where it's going to take place at. That's something.
Well, I read that when the committee was here.
Mayor Johnson, you got some.
Okay.
It's 10:15, and just avoid downtown. If you just
okay.
Avoid downtown.
Unless you're going to the parade.
Right. Unless you're going. Right. Let me just two quick things. First of all, this is our Super Bowl, and so as much as folks are enjoying themselves, that means Team Savannah is totally engaged in this. And so my thanks again to Team Savannah. It's going to be a long weekend, but we're the best because we are prepared, and I know your teams will do what they do. So thank you in advance from all of us for doing what you do, going the extra mile, pushing it to the very limits, not getting a whole lot of sleep over the next coming of days. But you know, this is what we do. My thanks to the special events team who goes in really hard for us. And we're all going to be all over the place. And we're looking forward to a really great weekend not only for people visiting here, but for people who live here.
Yes.
To be able to enjoy their city. This is a time where folks just get together, and we want to have that, and we are praying for safe times, good times, responsible times. If you cannot drive, don't drive.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drive.
Don't do it.
Our DUI folks are the best in the business, and we won't get you GSP will. Yes, ma'am.
Before the
That's
city
right.
council goes to the parade, you can meet the mayor at 8 o'clock for mass.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
you sure can.
We'll be there.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I want to say this. We are so grateful that the school board allow us to meet in this space. I just want to make this announcement. On Tuesday, March the 18th, there is an election. And on that ballot, I am screaming out, there is a item on the ballot for
East Block.
No.
What you talking about? What you talking about?
Oh, can you say that? Can you talk about that?
What is it?
East Blast!
Vote yes for East.
Make sure your voice is heard, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. And the other thing, yesterday I had the opportunity, and I would need to make sure to do this. I met with Senator John Ossoff and Senator Raphael Warnock. Both of them asked me to send you all their regards, so I'm doing that. So I'm doing it publicly. So we look forward to have Senator Warnock with us this weekend as well. So,
Mr. Mayor.
yes.
We want to thank security for letting the public come to the public hearing, and we want to thank Ramsey and Williams for our security team. Go Ramsey and Williams.
Mr. Mayor, I can't go home. I think we acknowledged a lot of youth, and we had 2 Whipper teams, and the River Boys, they won city, state, and national.
Yeah.
And you got some council members who had birthdays. I just want to
No, we do have birthdays. Alderwoman Linda Wilder Bryant turned the big 22.
That's right.
Alderman Curtis Pertee, happy birthday from all of us. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Daphne Williams had a birthday. Who? No? Who has a birthday?
Sorry, wrong signal. Signaling something else. My bad.
Let me tell you this, and this is International Women's Month.
Yeah.
We salute the amazing women we serve with. Thank you all for all that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, we out of here.
Yes. Very good.